You're listening to MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg, and today, on the other end of the phone line, we get to talk with the Thug Jitsu master, Yves Edwards. What's going on, bud?
No, I'm fast, man. How's it going?
Good, good. Got another rough day here in Las Vegas. It's a little bit sunny, a little bit cooler, still shorts, so I can't complain too much.
It's Vegas.
Where are you right now? Because I know you're training an American Top Team for a lot of your fights, but where are you? Are you down in Florida, or are you back in Texas?
I am in Florida right now. Um, so just walked out of the gym at APT.
How's practice been? What's who you been training with specifically to get you ready for Yancy Medeiros?
Quite a few guys. It's been really good. Will I was in with him. Ryan Thomas, a couple other guys from down here. Um, and then we got a bunch of guys training at the same time. Masvidal, getting some time with him. He's getting ready for the same show, and Robbie's getting ready for a fight about a week later. So we're all working time getting some good work in.
So a lot of the guys that you're training with are in the actual same cycle of training camp that they are. But are they good bodies and good looks for the way that Yancey's going to fight you, or is a lot of it because they have to get ready for their own fights as well? They can't adapt their style to act more like Yancey. They have to act like themselves to get prepared. So are they good mimics of Yancey for you?
I think so. I mean, I don't really concern myself with guys trying to look exactly like that guy. It's going to be hard to do that. You don't know. You think you know. You're not that guy, so you're not going to move like him. So what I like to do is I try to train to the best possible. If the guy's an orthodox striker, I try to get somebody around the same size, but you don't have to look like him. I just want you to be really good at what you do. So for me, a guy like Masvidal, we haven't got a hold out this camp because he's not fighting the southpaw. So
Right.
but anytime I get a look at somebody like that, and then we have other guys in there, like Messi is pretty good, and he's a long guy. Steven, we got a couple other guys that are all long and they're really good everywhere. So, you get some different looks from different people, but I try to get guys that are, I want to get a guy that's better than Messi. That way, I'm prepared for what he brings to the table.
Now that makes sense. Okay. I like that philosophy. I like that idea. Now, let's go back and talk a little bit about Via Flag and Crookshank. These are your last two fights, and you had some really, really tough split decision losses in these fights. And I keep flipping back and forth. I've gone back and watched both these fights, and I flip back and forth, and I can argue either side that you won and that you lost. Like I can go through it and go and argue either side because they were very, very close. These weren't split decision losses where a judge screwed up. This is a very close, very competitive, very, very exciting. Both of these were very exciting fights. What did you see in those fights that you looked at? You go back and you look at that tape and go, okay, that's what I did wrong, and I could have won the fight by doing this thing or doing this particular thing during this round.
Well, it's a lot easier with the Valley Flag fight to see where Judge made. Um, in the third round, he was able to do what he does best and get you tired and expose that. I was tired in that third round. It was hard for me to keep up with him. And he made it look like that. I felt like I won the second round for sure. The first round was close. He has an awkward style, and he gave me some problems. It took me a minute to figure him out. By the time I did, the round was over, and it all depends on what you thought of that round, on who won that round, and I guess that determines who won the fight because he definitely won the third, and I won the second. The fight with Crookshank, I feel it's a different story. When you're coming forward the whole fight, it's a little harder to cut off an octagon than it is to cut off a ring. But at the same time, when you're in your backing up the whole time and you're not, everything you're throwing is being blocked. He's a quick guy, and I didn't expect him to fight like that. Completely threw me off because I've never seen him run from anybody before. I didn't know I was that scary, but he just he backed off the whole time, and like the times when he did engage, he won the exchanges, but I didn't feel that way, and I was a little disappointed. But at the same time, it's one of those things, it's not in my hands anymore. So I go back and I watch those fights and I try to figure out, what may have cost me those fights. And I think with the Cruikshank fight, more than anything else, it was effective aggression. I think I was being aggressive, but maybe the judges didn't feel I was effective enough. I wasn't taking him out of his game or putting him in positions where he was losing. And so I don't want that to play a part in any more of my future fights. If it goes to a judge's decision, definitely it's going to be a dominant decision. They're going to see who really won the fight.
Now, let's talk about Yancy a little bit. Hawaiian kid, obviously very strong, has a lot of movement, a stand-up fighter primarily, but the experience, if you look at your records, he's 9-1, you're 42-20-1. The experience obviously has to go your way, and you know always when you fight a Hawaiian fighter that's going to be mainly striking, that's what he's going to end up doing. It's incredible to see how they're not really advancing as far as changing their overall style till they get in trouble. Then all of a sudden, they'll start trying to go for takedowns, what have you. But in the Cruikshank fight, like you said, he came at you with a different style than what you thought he was going to come at you with. Do you think Yancy's going to try and play a wrestling game with you? Or do you think he's going to try and do a full stand-up game and try to outbox the striker?
I think he's going to be more comfortable on his feet. But I mean, the guy wrestling, it's one of those things. When you fought, you probably did it too, especially when you didn't know a whole lot about things going in. You went, and so that's what I did. And the guy, he wrestled in high school. No while he took third in the state, so
yeah.
I know that he has somewhat of a wrestling background. He's gonna, he probably feels comfortable enough to fall back on that. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, if not right away, at some point when he feels he's losing the striking battle, that he wants to change it to his wrestling game. I feel comfortable there too. But I think at this point I've seen it all. I haven't had a fight when someone ran from me primarily most of the fight. But I've seen that now, and I can't think of anything else out there that I haven't seen. There's very few things if there's anything at all. So I don't think he's going to be able to surprise me with anything. But I'm expecting him to be good at what he does, and if he does try to change the game up as far as what I see him do in most of his previous fights and what he brings to the table when we go at it, then I think I should be ready for that.
Perfect. Yves, I really appreciate you coming on here at MMA Oddsbreaker and taking a couple minutes. I know it's tough trying to get a hold of you because you're always in the middle of training sessions and eating. So good luck against Yancy Medeiros. I think this one is going to be a much better fight than the last two as far as the outcome of what we've seen. I think you beat him in every position, every spot. And even if he comes after you with heavy wrestling after you hit him pretty hard or start beating him in a stand-up game, that I think you'll be able to have enough defense to keep him off the ground. So I'm actually, for this fight, I'm picking you to pull this fight off and win it. Not easily, because no fight is easily, but you should be winning it in a dominating fashion.
Thank you very much, Frank. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. And I'm going to go out there and try to make you proud, man. Everybody that supports me, I want those guys to see this fight and to be proud of my performance. So I'm going to go out there and put it all on the line.
Thanks, Yves, man. I really appreciate that. And your fans, you are a fan favorite. For anybody that's ever met you knows that you really do enjoy fighting for the fans out there. Not just, I'm here for the money and the glamour and glory that comes along with it. You really do fight for the people that support you and your fans. So it's really nice to still have fighters like that in the group.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, bud.
Take care.